it's Alicia from Behind the White Picket Fence, and today I'm here to do my November and December reading wrap-up. Fair warning, I am doing this in a new location. If you've watched my book haul video, you'll know why. Basically, it's been getting dark here really early, and my room doesn't have the best lighting. So there's that. But also, the main warning was, I am doing this in the hall, and my cat is very interested in what I'm doing, so she keeps jumping up in front of the camera. So if that happens, I apologize. And I'll try and just go through this video as smoothly as I can, but there's no promises with her doing that. So getting started, the first book I finished in November was Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen. This was my very first Sarah Dessen novel. I liked it. I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. Basically, I felt there was a lot of unnecessary stuff in this book, and it kind of took away from the story for me. I do fully understand why people like Sarah Dessen so much, because I really, really did enjoy this book, but I think I would have liked it better if it hadn't been so weighed down by the unnecessary scenes in this book, and yeah, so that's what I have to say about this. I do plan on reading another Sarah Dessen book, but this one just wasn't the best option. The next book I read in November was Shadows Stand by Sarah McCarthy, and I loved this book. It was pretty awesome. I rated it at, 4 out of 5 stars, and Shadow and Faye were an amazing couple. I loved them. This is a historical romance, but it was written so well and felt very modern and contemporary, and I guess that's probably why I liked it so much. So I definitely would recommend this to people that aren't as excited about the historical genre as a whole, but wanted to branch into it. I think this is a great book to start with. Even though it's not the first book in the series, I didn't have any problems keeping up with what was going on, and I just really loved it. Shadow is a ranger for Hell's 8, and we get introduced to him, and he's being hung for a crime that he committed. And Faye is this strong-willed woman that comes across Shadow and really just sees the quality or worth in him, and realizes that if she... Wow, sorry, my cat's getting in the box from the unhaul, or from the unboxing. Abernathy. She realizes she's gonna need a husband, because she's currently doing things that most women weren't allowed to do in that time, and yeah, I don't really want to get into it much because it's a bit of a spoiler. Sorry, my cat's now digging in that box. Abernathy, no digging. You can lay in it, but you can't dig. Natty, no digging. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I would recommend it to pretty much anyone. Sarah McCarthy's writing is amazing, and I loved it. Then next I read Emily Winsnap and the Monster from the Deep by Liz Kessler, and I rated this 3 out of 5 stars. It was cute, and I liked it, but the dual perspectives were a little weird, and especially the fact that it was a character that I don't particularly like as the other perspective, and it just caused a lot of problems with the storyline, and I mean, that was the point. It was supposed to cause problems, but I don't know, I just didn't feel as happy reading this as I have with the others, so yeah, there's that. Then the last book I read in November was Emily Winsnap and The Castle in the Mist by Liz Kessler. Kind of hard to see the cover. But yeah, I give this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this one. It was a lot better. The only thing I have to say is some of the stuff, like, pretty much the whole point of the book is where they are in this book. And it was kind of weird to not have some of the characters in here, and I mean, we gained a new character, but overall, I wasn't too overly excited about this one either. But I still am enjoying these books. They're very cute. I think they'd be great for girls from, like, age 7 to 12. I think they're awesome children's books. Then the first book I read in December, no, this is the last book I read in November, was In Real Life by Cory Doctorow and Jenny Wong, or Jen Wong, sorry. This graphic novel is brilliant. I love it. There's an introduction to the book that the author has written, and it's kind of explaining the point, kind of like the overall meaning of the book behind this. I can't remember if I said what I gave this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. The introduction is explaining the meaning of the book, and it kind of has a more deep meaning, and I mean, the story itself has a deep meaning on its own, but I don't know, I think it might be better if you didn't read the introduction and came to the idea of what the meaning was on your own. But I think this is a very good graphic novel, and it teaches very important life lessons. And I just really enjoyed it. The artwork is pretty fun. I really loved it. But yeah, I think this is a great graphic novel for people that are just verging into the graphic novel world, and also the whole fact that it's like gaming, and this girl is entering into this MMOP. Oh crap! I can't remember what they are. I play them, but I can't remember what it's called. Multiplayer role playing game. MMORPG, I think is what they're called. But the fact that she's entering into this new world that she's never experienced, and she makes these friends, and this is how she sees herself, and this is who she is when she's in that world. It's just very good for a self-image and confidence building, and I think it was just a really all-around great graphic novel. Now on to December. For December, I read 2 books. The first one is a graphic novel, This One Summer, by Julian Tamaki and Mariko Tamaki. I probably butchered those names. I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. It was like a day in the life of a teenage girl. More than a day in the life, obviously. It's kind of like her whole summer. But I didn't really like it that much. There was one, I didn't really find the art to be that great. I think it was kind of plain. And usually I don't really enjoy black and white. I mean, I think this is more of a blue, but overall, the story was interesting and mainly juvenile, basically because it's focusing on 2 teenage girls discovering who they are and discovering that they're going to have boobs and they're going to have boyfriends and everything's going to change after this summer. But there's also adult themes that are, well, not like sexual, but it's like a more adult topic of conversation in this, and I found it kind of depressing, actually, and I don't really enjoy that kind of thing in my graphic novels. And not communicating with the characters weren't communicating with each other at all, and it was just, I don't know, I didn't like it very much. The one thing I did like was these full 2-panel pages. There were a few that were pretty amazing. I found those to be kind of like the main point. Really pretty stuff in this graphic novel, but overall I wasn't a fan of the story, and the art wasn't that great, but yeah, it might be for some other people. And then finally, the last book that I read in December and for 2014 was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I kind of don't really know where to start with this. I guess start with the rating. I rated this 5 out of 5 stars. So it wasn't like blowing me away by how amazingly good it was. It's just, it was a really good book, and I think it really was deserving of the 5 stars. And if you don't know, A Monster Calls is a novel written by Patrick Ness, but the idea was created by Siobhan Dowd, and she passed away before she could get the story down into words and into an actual novel. So her family asked Patrick Ness to continue the story, and it really is a haunting story. So I'm sure you guys know this. There is art on in this. I'm trying to find one of the ones that's kind of creepy. I guess I'll just show you the cover page. But the whole story is about this boy that his mom has cancer, and he is kind of dealing with what is going on with his mom, and kind of not in a very good way. So this yew tree, which the yew tree is a tree that has been used to help create medical, like, not a cure, but try and help with cancer patients. Not only do I know that from this book, but I know that from this tree planting I went on. But this yew tree is coming to the boy certain nights at 12:07, I think it is, in the morning, and the tree is telling him these stories that have important lessons that pertain to the boy's life. And this book took me forever to read. I just kind of read it leisurely. I really wanted to fully understand what was going on, and the stories I had to think about them for a little while to fully get their meaning, and just kind of envelop them into my opinion of the story. And so it basically did take me, I think I did start this in November, and it took me a couple months to read, but it really was a powerful book, and the whole point behind the story is this yew tree is telling this boy these stories, and he's coming back after he's told him these 3 stories, he's coming back to tell him that you now have to tell me a story, your story, and it has to be your truth. And all throughout the book, the boy doesn't understand, because he's like, what am I even going to say? I don't have a story to tell. And his whole truth is kind of, you see it coming, but you don't. And it was a very emotional book for me, especially the details with the mom in the hospital dying from cancer. She really, it's very trigger warning-ish for me, and even though that was the case for me, I still really enjoyed the book. And if I don't stop rambling, I'm never going to stop talking about this, but overall, I found this to be a very, very good book, and I think everyone should read it. I find the art to be a little creepy, so kind of like if you want to read it, prepare yourself for that. But in other ways, it's not creepy at all. It's just this story of this little boy coming to terms with all this stuff that he doesn't understand, and it's just a very good book, and I recommend it to you all. Now, as for what I'm reading right now, since I've been away for so long, I am currently reading Dark Lover by J.R. Ward very, very slowly. I just kind of wanted to delve back into this world and see if I like the characters as much as I do, and maybe get through the series before the Shadows come out, but, yeah. I also picked up A Holiday Yarn by Sally Goldenbaum, and I don't know if I'm necessarily in the mood for this anymore, so I might put it down, but yeah, I haven't fully decided whether I want to continue reading this right now. And then I'm also participating in Bout of Books this week, and for that I am reading Dark Witch. This is my first book for the readathon. I probably won't get much reading done. I have a couple things that I have to do. But yeah, this is really good. I just finished the first 2 chapters, which are set in historical Ireland times, I think, and it's about this family, but those 2 chapters were really, really good, and I kind of needed a moment between those 2 chapters and chapter 3, so I put it down last night and am slowly getting the motivation to pick it up again. I know I've been gone for a couple months, and I wanted to do an update, and I'm gonna try and make it really quick, so this video doesn't get to be like 30 minutes long. But yeah, I have not been reading as much because I got a job at the end of November and started working it in December, and it is a graveyard shift job, which is quite a bit harder than I thought it would be. I'm doing overnight stock crew. I'm a stock crew person, and that basically means I'm restocking shelves at a toy store. And it's really fun. I like seeing all the toys that are coming in and getting to basically organize things, because I really like doing that. So yeah, I've been busy doing that, and that was a seasonal job. I'm not sure if I'm going to be continuing with it. I'm going in on Friday to see if I'm continuing with that job, but I also have a couple other interviews set up. And yeah, I've basically just been really busy trying to figure out a work schedule and getting my first job and everything like that. And that's exciting, but also rather hard and difficult. So I haven't had much time to read, but I'm hoping January and the new year will be easier for me to handle. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I might not get as much done this month because me and my sister are looking for a roommate, but that's kind of like a side thing right now, so I might have time, I might not. It's kind of up in the air right now, but I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on and let you know that I'm not like quitting BookTube or falling off the face of the earth. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, and let me know down in the comments below if you guys are doing anything, if you've gotten a new job, anything like that. And yeah, that's all I have for you for today, and thank you for watching. Happy reading.